There is controversy brewing over the Katy ISD School Board's attempt to ban certain books from school libraries. Joining us now is Katy ISD alumni and LGBTQ plus activist Cameron Samuels. Cameron, first of all, thank you for helping us to continue this conversation this morning.
Thank you for this platform.
So Cameron, you said in a recent op-ed in the Houston Cron that we are losing the fight on book bans. Tell us about that. Why is that?
I've been fighting these issues for more than 2 years. My biggest opponents began challenging my queer identity, and now they serve on the school board. Each new policy these censors make further harms marginalized youth. Censors now have a statewide stronghold because they keep winning elections on the platform of book banning and stoking fear. I wrote this op-ed as a call to action, essentially a plea, because we need y'all to join the front lines of this movement to defend our right to read. Standing by only enables this injustice, and we've had enough standing by these past 2 years. It's time to challenge the status quo.
So tell us, why do you think that it's important that these books, these specific books, right, the ones that are being challenged, that they remain on school shelves, that kids, do have some sort of access to them?
Students need literature that accurately represents us and our diversity. Learning about sexual harassment in books like Flamer could save a vulnerable child's life. One may think there's good reason to ban these challenged books, but school board members in Katy have targeted books like The Magic School Bus. They've stoked fear of books for featuring Black characters like Ruby Bridges, who was the first child to integrate into a school in New Orleans. Ruby is still alive, and this so-called culture war remains our reality. It's not vulgarity in books, but it's rather absurdity in censorship.
Cameron, why do you feel that Katy ISD is taking an extreme position on these books? Tell us about that.
Fear has worked. They're winning on a platform to ban books. Tonight, the board is voting on a new policy to usurp power to decide which books remain on shelves. You can show up tonight, and if you'd like to address the board, register by 2 p.m. with the details on the district's website, because it should not be up to students and educators to defend our libraries. There's no pervasive vulgarity in these books. It's all about politics. Students are not political pawns. Our identities are not political pawns. And we need more people calling out extremism. As the saying goes, where they burn books, in the end, they also burn people.
Cameron, do you think that there can be some sort of happy medium, that somehow this can be resolved? Do you think that there can be a middle ground for families and for different community members?
We need to facilitate learning and support public education. We need to read these books rather than just going straight to banning them. We need to understand these underlying issues of discrimination that are the reasons why predominantly LGBTQ and BIPOC books are the ones that are targeted. And they're not just being targeted for what people are saying, but we read these books, we learn, and we can come together in compassion.
All right, Cameron Samuels, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your views on this.